Whether you enjoy spending your time in the mines or making crafts for your friends and family, or perhaps none of the above, this is Supercast Brothers, the show where Jonno torments me about all kinds of things, and I ask myself, why? How's it going there, Jonno? My name is Zantok, otherwise known as Lister, and we got another episode for you.
Who am I? Oh, I'm Jonno, you say?
As far as I'm aware, if you've changed your identity recently, I would have greatly appreciated if you would tell me.
No worries. No, I'm Jonno, and turning turtle is perhaps the most superfluous addition to the Mary Poppins franchise.
What?
Oh, Mary Poppins Returns is actually quite good, especially for a sequel to a timeless film that caused some trepidation in my mind for me, since Mary Poppins is one of those things like The Last of Us that never needed a sequel. And yet this turned out pretty great, probably because they didn't kill off Mary. But with Turning Turtle, it just seems like Meryl Streep said she wanted the role, and Disney just capitulated because she's Meryl Streep. So it's just additional fluff. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. Also, it's funny that Julie Andrews was in Aquaman that same release week as Mary Poppins Returns hit theaters as the Carathan. And she could have cameoed in Mary Poppins Returns because she was Mary Poppins, but that didn't happen. She was the Carathan in Aquaman instead, which is kind of funny.
So,
but hey, we got Van Dyke.
Here's the thing about that. Never watched Mary Poppins Returns. Have seen the Broadway play of Mary Poppins, though. Actually, wait, no. Did I? I think so. I think that's one of the ones I saw.
It was a Peter and the Wolf instead.
It was that. I saw that. I saw Hairspray, and I saw Chicago.
That is like so not you.
It was a school trip.
Nice.
So,
well,
yeah,
good for you.
That was the thing. Speaking of school trips, did you hear that Captain got fired?
No.
Yeah, he just rode straight into too many people and just carried them off into their death, and it was really heartbreaking. I don't know what could possess such a little turtle to do such horrible violence with a school bus.
Know, you can replicate that with Steve and his minecart. Just less cheap.
Yeah, you can. The good news is that means no more Cap and Assist trophies in Smash! Yay!
Now, how are you going to take care of Arcade Bunny?
Cats.
Okay, good.
Just a bunch of cats. Just going to let them loose and be like, there's a rabbit. You want the rabbit? Get him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You might be wondering why cats instead of dogs, because it was the first thing that came to mind. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lion would do a better job hunting a rabbit than a dog would.
I don't know either. Hey, this is also the first episode where I'm in my new abode.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's
right.
It's quite the change from my old background. I get so much light, and I think it really cast me in a different shape than before. Like I probably look pretty different right now.
I mean, you look a little whited out, but like the light in the background is a little overpowering.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, not sure. What?
Roughly half of my size off of my face too, in the interim.
So you're saying that the new light has cut off half of your face?
No, it's just another personal change.
So what you're saying is that somebody modded your appearance to play as you in Smash?
Yeah.
Now, if only we could actually do that, because that would be amazing. I really wish... Which, by the way, hey guys, this is Supercast Brothers, in case you've been wondering what the fuck these two yahoos are talking about, considering they haven't gotten to the point of what this whole thing is.
Supercast Brothers.
I don't know. We're here to talk about Steve. Yeah. Stevenson's Smash now. We were blown out of our goddamn minds what happened. I have been defending Steve to be in Smash since a little bit before Ultimate released, and so seeing it happen was just like, holy shit. I don't give a fuck about Minecraft Souls. Like I don't enjoy playing it, but you can't deny that more Minecraft. Minecraft has so many things going for it that it made me like, yeah, it makes sense to put this in Smash. If fucking Bayonetta can get in, Steve should be in. Let's be real here. Come on.
Yeah. Now let's go for Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Let's go.
I don't think that one's gonna happen. Sorry, James.
Sorry, James.
Sorry. But something I really would do, which they could have done, is, hey, Minecraft is on Switch. Why not let us, assuming we're using a different skin in the game, let us take that skin and upload it into Smash. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, that's a good idea.
If they can have Mii fighters be pulling from the Mii's created on the system, they can do the same thing with Minecraft skins. I mean, I'll take what I got, but it would have been awesome. It would have been great.
Would have been great.
Cool. But oh well.
Would have been cool.
It's a thing, I suppose.
But yeah, mind blown in.
Oh yeah.
So I saw the reveal live on a work day. Things have been pretty hectic on this end with the day job, but so I pretty much caught it with our pal Eric for like 10 minutes and just caught the 3-minute reel, talked with him a little bit afterwards, and he took it that my reception was tepid, but it was more that there were only 2 guys in the room and it was 7 in the morning.
Yeah,
so,
fair enough.
And Minecraft, is, like with you, is not something that I'm very personally invested in, so I'm not going to have a huge outward reaction like I did when, say, K. Rool was announced and I was destroying your phone. But this was a fun time. You probably remember that.
Yeah, the notifications were going a little crazy.
But no, Minecraft is, it was Mojang originally, so for a number of years before Microsoft swooped on in for ownership. So technically, this is kind of our first indie rep label in Smash. It's certainly, regardless of those complications, it's what opened the door for indies to be totally recognized by the overall gaming community and not just a niche little grouping here and there. So there's that. So for the legacy in itself, what a character to include. And also probably the best-selling game of all time, Sakurai said?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a personal appeal, but the character being in there is extremely uncanny. Playing as Steve for the first time on the 13th of October was crazy. That was one of the weirdest things that has ever happened in Smash for me, especially with the character being one by one just tossed into Smash.
Oh yeah, it's the same model.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
It's the same design as the model, like literally the exact same pixel, not whether it's the same like literal model. I don't know, but even the blocks he uses. Like, they are a 1-to-1 for their appearance in Minecraft, and that's fucking insane. Mm-hmm. I love the attention to the details Sakurai put in this character. Just like, I wish he would put in DK and Ganon and Samus.
Yeah.
But he did it for Steve.
The love that they gave Steve is the kind of love you want to see for all the characters.
Yeah, absolutely. The DLC has been... I was about to say something about all the DLC, and then I had to remember Byleth. Thanks. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry,
but for the most part, ever since Smash 4, most of the characters that have been added have been incredibly faithful to how they are in the original games, sometimes to their detriment, in all honesty. But when you have characters... Yeah, like Little Mac, and to a degree, Robin. Robin is great in Smash, don't get me wrong, but I really wish we didn't have the breaking of the weapons and the tomes. I wish we didn't have to deal with that.
Or Duck Hunt. Ooh, buddy.
Don't you talk shit about my Duck Hunt. you shut your whore mouth.
Oh, that would be more profitable if it were open.
But I like Robin Smash. And those mechanics are fine for Fire Emblem, but I feel like I would rather have characters fit better in the fighting game than to have them be including elements from their games that don't work out so well in the fighting game. That's just my personal opinion on it.
Yeah.
Like, it helps make them more unique compared to other characters, but there's some things I wouldn't mind being dropped. Like, restricting Banjo-Kazooie's side special for only being used 5 times in one stock. I'd be okay with that left. I'd be okay if that restriction was removed. I get what it's there, But you could just make the move a little bit weaker and remove that penalty.
Yeah.
That'd be what I would like to see.
Yeah. I
But
want to see a playable.
yeah, when the trailer started for Steve, the first thing I'm holding in on is, all right, they're focusing on Mario and Sonic. I don't think it's a Sonic character. Are we getting a Mario character, or is something just going to happen to Mario? Because I don't know. Like I am in on the speculation scene. I don't chat in it, but I read a lot of things. I read a lot of the theories that are going on. And something big that was going on with a lot of people were saying, hey, the next character is going to be Fighter Pass 7. It's going to be the 77th character being added to Smash. And this theory came along in July at the time, so, the 7th month of the year. People were thinking, oh man, what if on 7/7 they reveal Fighter Pass 7, the 77th character, and it's Geno from Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. This shit was fucking crazy at the time. When the date passed and then all of July passed, it started to die off a bit. But the whole dream of having Fighter 77 being Geno never quite died. And when they were showing a focus on Mario, I was just like, is this happening? Wait a minute. Hold up. And then he got kicked into a wall. I was like, that's not a Geno trailer. He's not going to be breaking through a wall if it's Geno. What the fuck is this? Why are there these red eyes in the background? I don't know what this is. That there's monsters of some sort, and then you just see a block being destroyed. Mm-hmm. And you see a face, and it's like, holy shit! Steve? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's not Geno! But it's still damn good. I was incredibly excited. I was like, yes! Yeah, he's not... Yeah. He's not a KK rule for me, but he is still a incredibly popular character from an incredibly popular game. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
He's not how I would have designed him. In fact, he's not how I did design him. I made a moveset for him a couple of years ago. But I'm pretty happy with how he's turned out. I was very confused in the trailer, like, okay, which one of these moves are special moves and which ones are grabs or smashes? I don't know quite what's what here.
Yeah.
At one point, it looked like the Elytra could have been a side special, but then there was also the minecart rail and the fishing rod, which makes sense as a grab, but also that's Isabelle's side special. So I was wondering, is he getting a special like Isabelle's? What?
That would be underwhelming.
I mean...
But hey, for a lot of folks, this is the character in the Fighter's Pass. This is something that definitely... just fundamentally, it's well worth the long ass wait that we had between him and Min Min.
And I think it's pretty clear why we had that long ass wait too. Like, yes, coronavirus was definitely a factor, to be sure, but this character was incredibly complicated for them to design. They had to edit every single stage in order to make his mining materials work. That's insanity to me. On top of making sure that the character themselves was balanced against the rest of the cast, making sure Kirby could be balanced using his ability. It's fucking insanity. I mean, damn, I'm glad that they were able to do it. But fuck. The work that they had to put into Steve is just insanity. It's actually came out. I don't remember if I told you this. But it came out from, I believe it was a former Mojang employee. Negotiations for Steve to be in Smash started 5 years ago.
That's pretty nutty.
This was when we were still getting DLC for Smash 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe they were wanting to get him in Smash 4 at the time, or this was during the time when they were like, all right, we know Ultimate is going to happen. We want to start working on we want to start getting the rights for the DLC character, or not the DLC character, but like third-party characters then. And maybe they were talking about it then, and I don't know if it was a matter of the rights took a while to work out, or if Steve himself, they were just like, this is going to be an incredibly complicated character. We can't put him in base game because then it will be delayed insanely. We'll put him in DLC at some point. Maybe he was, and if that's the case, he was probably going to be in Byleth's slot for Fighter Pass 1. But then they were like, we're going to do a second Fighter's Pass. Let's give you more time on Steve and put him into Pass 2. I could absolutely see that being the case.
Yeah. If it were Wave 1 and Wave 1 were all we were getting, Steve would be a phenomenal way to have wrapped all.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a great character to end on.
We're getting Wave 2. Even tepid Byleth is worth all of the Wave 2 characters. Yeah. Yeah, if that was the entry we needed to make with the the deal with the devil. Uh, yeah, so there was a time, I guess, when maybe that could have been our, hey, this character won the poll instead of Bayonetta.
I would not have believed Steve would win the poll either. I mean, I think he could have gotten votes, but I don't think he would have won the poll. Who really did? I don't know. I don't think it's
Probably
Bayonetta. We've
would have
discussed this, but
like Ridley, K. Rool, or Gino probably.
I think Bayonetta won in the way that they probably said, okay, here are all the characters that are in like the top 10 or whatever. Which one do we want to make? Who can we get the rights for? Who do we want to promote? Who do we think we want to add? I think it was a combination of various factors. And they just picked somebody that was scoring well.
Yeah, and with Bayonetta 2 having just released or been around state, there you go.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they probably picked somebody that was in the top 5 or 10 for all three regions. Weren't just going to pick a character that was like number 1 in Europe, but was number 20 in Japan or number 400 in America. They weren't going to do that.
No, no.
They also were
But
going to do something for Europe, so there's that too.
it served its purpose though, because we certainly reaped its benefits in Ultimate and the
Yeah,
base game roster with Ridley and K. Rool at the very least, and then Banjo later on.
yeah,
So there's that, and Simon apparently was in the game because of the poll.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, yeah. But back to Steve. This also lends itself well. You had mentioned the Mojang people saying that, hey, that's something we're working on for over 5 years.
Yep.
That lends, as you recall, speculation scene for Ultimate back before Ultimate was released. Virgil,
Vergiven
yeah, was saying how do you
Minecraft
pronounce it?
content
Yeah, he was saying, hey, there's going to be Minecraft content, and this was around the time what the Grinch leak was coming out, and people wanted the
before
Grinch
Grinch
leak to
Leak.
be real. Yeah, yeah, and they were livid against him at the time for that
Because
alone and trying to
people were
discredit.
giving him so much shit because, oh, hey, look, he got something wrong. There's no microphone.
Mhm,
That's what I want to real quickly go on to. Is like, here's the thing, people. Whether or not you participate in the speculation community or not, or you just look at the leaks because they're fun, don't go trashing on somebody and call them all kinds of crap because they got something wrong. It is very easy to get things wrong. It is very hard to get things
mhm.
right. He got a lot right.
Yeah,
And it's not like he was acting like an entitled little shit about a lot of things, like some other individuals have.
yeah.
But like the thing with having leaks and rumors is you can have information and it may be correct at one time, but it could become incorrect later on. Plans can
Yeah,
change.
like Gamatsu.
Yeah, like the chorus kids for Gamatsu as well as Chrome.
Hmm.
It's very clear that Gamatsu for Smash 4 had information, or whoever the source was, they had legitimate information, but their information was outdated. Crom was not coming to Smash 4, neither were the chorus kids. There is evidence that, well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily evidence, but there are suspicious things that make it seem like, yes, chorus kids were playing because the sneaky spirit enemy. The
Hmm.
only enemy in Smash 4 Smash Run mode that is from a series that does not have a playable fighter. That's really
Hmm.
weird. Why would you add the sneaky spirit of all things? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Hmm.
But there's also the fact that the ice climbers had to be removed. Crom was replaced by Robin. Sakurai even said that Crom was in consideration. He was. How far that consideration was going, though, we don't know that.
Right.
But it's clear Virgin had legitimate information. Uh, and it's possible Minecraft was planned to be in base game, but there just was not enough time. I'm one of the people that believes Piranha Plant was even planned for base game, but
Hmm.
there wasn't enough time, and so they decided, okay, instead of delaying the game, we'll just give him out as free DLC.
Yeah.
Easy
Yeah.
peasy. There you go. And that makes a lot of sense to
Hmm.
me. So
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely.
like people can get things wrong. People have been saying like there's been times where people say like, "Oh, this is gonna be the next character." They weren't the next character, but they were the character following that.
That
Things
happened
get
with
delayed.
Hero.
Yeah, there were several people that said. I think Virgin was actually one of them as well. Said that Hero was going to be the first DLC. Well, he wasn't, but he was the second one.
Hmm.
Something
Yeah, and
changed.
And you know,
It may not even be. It may have been that he knew Hero was coming and he assumed Hero would be first because maybe he didn't know about Joker, or plans changed and they swapped. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, with the Game Awards and everything, and Joker having an explosive reveal, I wouldn't be surprised if they swapped it for that reason alone.
Yeah.
So Vergeben too. That brings up two other points. Number one, he technically wasn't wrong. They brought it back, pretty much to his description of how it was going to work out with the Minecraft world stage and Steve. Of course, more fleshed out and with the Alex and Zombie and Enderman costumes, but nevertheless. That and him being right also lends credence to Ryu Hayabusa being played as DLC. Well, they said there's going to be a Koei Tecmo character in the game. They never quite said it was Ninja Gaiden, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember which leaker it was that was talking about Hayabusa. He was coming up in several discussions, but I know there was one guy in particular that said he had a source saying that Hayabusa would be revealed sometime in 2019. Obviously, as we all know, that did not happen. We are nearly done with 2020. He has still not been revealed. But the fact that Steve took 5 years of negotiations before he was released into the game, it really makes you think, okay, they might actually have knowledge on Hayabusa, and like Steve, he could have been originally planned for Fighter Pass 1, but then just like, okay, we're going to do a Fighter Pass 2, we're going to move him over here, and we're going to do some other character. Somebody else took his spot in Fighter Pass 1. Who knows? Whether it's Terry, Banjo, or whoever. It could have been Banjo. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could have been any of them, really. Could have been Joker. I know there were some people talking about that they thought Joker might have been a late addition to the DLC plans, which is odd since he was the first one revealed, but I don't know. I don't know
either. But yeah.
But it definitely... It puts him back on the table, for sure.
It it just makes sense, I think, because for Koei and Tecmo, that's the character that people most closely associate with it. He's essentially the company's Mario, so it would be very strange to have another character take his spot first. It could be Ayane or Kasumi, or even Atelier Ryza, but that would be strange before.
Actually, I believe I saw something recently from the devs of Atelier Ryza, how they would like to see. So clearly it's not happening. No Atelier Ryza is going to happen. But it's also like Koei Tecmo has had a lot of collaboration with Nintendo as of late. They've been working on Smash and Smash 4. No, they haven't. That was Namco. Fuck.
Well, they had Fatal Frame as an assist trophy.
Yes, but I think that game is also partially Nintendo. I think I tried looking at it. Some games are complicated. Yeah,
it's kind of like a Bayonetta situation.
Yeah, like a Bayonetta 2, or like Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Nintendo, but it's also Monolith, and Monolith I don't believe is owned by Nintendo. So.
Right.
But there's also the fact that all those Warrior games we've been getting lately, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm sure we'll have more in the future. Give me a Pokemon Warrior, give me a Mario Wars. At some point, I'd love to talk about that shit.
What if the Koei character is just
it's Linkle?
Ends up being the OC from Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah. Oh no, not that one. Not Fire Emblem Warriors. That was not good. Fire Emblem Warriors was not good. But give us Linkle or Lana, sure. What the fuck ever.
Yeah, or something that weird baby Guardian from Age of Calamity.
I'd rather not.
Young
Impa. That's not pure. That's Young Pure is in there, and Young Robbie. Oh, Master Koga. Oh my god, I fucking love that trailer. Yes. I had made a long list of 28 characters that I'd love to see playable in the game, and I was like, Master Koga, fucking please. We don't know if he's playable, but he's at least going to be in the game. It's yes.
I feel like he will be. Is he kind of like the boss characters from Hyrule Warriors, the original game, playable?
Yeah, that's kind of why I think he'll be playable.
Side tangent, but I wonder if that's the same Master Koga or it's just Master Koga's descendant.
I mean, I would assume he's Master Koga. I don't remember exactly how he looks in Breath of the Wild, but he did have the gut, and I remember Koga having a gut. So I'm assuming it's the same guy. If Impa, Robbie, Pura, they can all still be around in Breath of the Wild, so can Master Koga.
Yeah, they're all Sheikah.
Plus, I think it'd be just more fun if it was the same character and not just
I agree.
an extra.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's shaping up pretty well. Yep. It could also always just go the way of Ubisoft and all the collaborations they have with Nintendo for a time, and Rayman getting screwed, Assassin's Creed getting screwed.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get Rabid Peach and Spider Fast 8, so don't worry.
We're gonna get Dead or Alive with Mario characters.
Oh,
That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be
sounds-
Waluigi and the Dead or Alive volleyball stage.
yeah, and Waluigi with Dead or Alive physics.
Yep.
Look at that cross shot from Strikers in a new light. One as bright as the one behind me.
Speedo Waluigi.
That's better than Speedo Lawrence, Fire Emblem Heroes.
Honestly, it's not. It's worse. It's
from
way
the movie.
worse. No.
What
Anyways,
if Lawrence cosplayed as Waluigi? Okay.
no. God no. So a lot of things have with Steve's reveal. It feels like a lot of the speculation doors have been thrust open yet again. It feels like that's the case almost every time we get a new character. Not so much with. I mean, actually, no. With Violet, yeah, it happened too. Not so much with Minmin. Minmin was kind of the one who was just like, really nothing new happened here in terms of the speculation community. We got Joker, which was another sign, which was a reminder that hey, they don't need a history with Nintendo to be in the game, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Bayonetta. With Hero, it was hey. Actually, I guess there weren't really any doors in with Hero because we'd already gotten Cloud, and he kind of already kicked that one open for Hero.
The first character with an RNG menu. But that's not really.
Yeah. But Banjo kicked open the doors for Microsoft and to a lesser degree Sony. Terry
Had the best stage out of all the DLC. What a man.
Yeah, he does. He really does. With Byleth, it was pretty much just like, okay, so Nintendo characters are on the table. That's fine.
And
If they're a
Three
good
Houses
character.
was really freaking ugly.
Yeah, apparently they were ripped straight out of Three Houses, and when they're out of Three Houses, they don't look good.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Just bad. Very bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The lack of anti-aliasing probably just kills it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But Steve is. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We technically have a second Microsoft character. We have an insanely complicated character in terms of like how you have to fight as them with their resource management. This is the character that when we saw the trailer for them, one of my early thoughts was this character will not be good for competitive. That said, characters don't have to be good for competitive. They don't. They can be fun for casual. They don't have to be. Not everything needs to be at a competitive level. Fuck that. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. But fuck
Agreed.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Before this episode, before we started recording this episode, the two of us, we actually sat down and we played some Steve Mirror matches on Minecraft World together, just to kind of like get a bigger feel for how he plays. And honestly, we barely used block building, barely touched it. It's like, do not give a shit about this move. This move can fuck off. Don't care. We did mining, we did crafting for weapons, and we got a lot of iron for minecarts, which are a lot of fun for when your opponent is running at you or is otherwise distracted. You're just like, I'm just gonna send a minecart, jump out of it, and then watch you get carried off the stage. Bye.
Yeah. At first, I thought that was OP, and then we started playing and
I mean,
reflecting it with the Franklin badge was good.
reflecting with the Franklin badge or just simply jumping over. It's honestly not that hard to get away from. Yeah, you can also shield it, so you can definitely get out of the mic, and you can also jump out of it if you are able to get out of it with time. But it's a fun thing to do. I will have a lot of fun doing that to people. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Take it on with Kelly in those no items matches.
I like items. I will always like items. I don't like some items, but I will always like items.
Dust Bellows.
Not that item. Not that item. That item can fuck off. Gus Bellows, Beetle, go to your room. We're done. Get the fuck out. Even though I don't turn them off, get the fuck out. There have been many times I'll see guest spells and I'm just like, I'm just gonna chuck you off the stage. Fuck off. Don't want
We did
this.
that during our matches.
I actually didn't chuck the guest spells off during the match. Only one guest spell
Oh,
spawned
you
when we
were
were playing.
taking off the special flag.
Yeah,
That's right.
I threw the special flag off. Like normally I don't with that one. Like I actually will use it, but this time of playing the game was more about playing Steve, and I didn't want to just have my hand up there for 10 seconds waiting, holding the goddamn special flag, and then get knocked out. No, I wanted to just do Steve and not deal with the special flag nonsense. But
Yeah.
what do you think of Steve's moveset overall and how he plays? Now, on one level, for me, he's a little bit awkward just because of how he moves, but I also appreciate that he's pretty much a one-to-one from Minecraft with his looks and his animations. Like people said before, like, oh, how would Steve run and attack and smash? He just waddles around and just moves his arms really like this. Like, so we have Game and Watch, people. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
If Game and Watch is fine, Steve is fine, and he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. It's a little weird looking at sometimes, I'll admit, but he's great, and I love that he's there and that he works like that. I love that he actually is just like pulled right out of the game.
So do I. Him, that 1-to-1 ratio is incredibly charming to me on the overall. Like with Game and Watch, it's and you know, more so than Game and Watch nowadays, because Game and Watch over the course of several games has been manipulated in certain ways to better fit the Smash aesthetic.
But even with that though, for Ultimate, he now takes on those other appearances from the actual games for when he's doing his moves.
Yeah.
Before Ultimate, it was just always like the Game & Watch character hitting you with a turtle or the chair or whatever. Now he turns into the other characters from the games.
Yeah.
He turns into the juggler for his throw. He didn't used to do that. That's great. Love it.
It is, and having Steve in there reminds me of that charm of Game & Watch, especially with that first reveal. But now, as you say, being more true to the overall Game & Watch brand as well, having Steve work exactly as he does in Minecraft, almost exactly as he does in Minecraft to a T, crazy. I remember talking some years ago, well before Ultimate was even revealed. And you and I had that little roster game we're doing to the side for fun, where we were saying, hey, from off the top, if Smash started on the NES up to now, what would the roster look like? And so we had that revisionist alternate dimension roster game that we did a couple times, and may do again for this podcast one day.
I would love to. I have ideas on how we can do it again, but not until Ultimate's done.
But that's when you first started stumping for Steve, probably well before anyone in our friend group, and really before Smash started thinking about it. Because Smash, of course, the community overall, they were never going to take Steve seriously, or at least not too seriously.
The vast majority of them, yeah.
And then Banjo happened, and Steve got a little bit of excitement, but we've been talking about Steve for, 3 years?
At least.
And so that's something that always charmed me about the idea of the character being playable since, is that, hey, this is a weird thing like Game & Watch where the character is so offbeat in its design and so iconic in its design that you would pretty much have to translate it to Smash one by one to Minecraft. And since I don't have a huge personal attachment to Minecraft, that was like my big thing going in. My big hope was just because I like quirky characters who bring something like that to the table. The idea of it. That's why I've kind of liked having the idea of, say, like Vault Boy being playable. It's just because, hey, they can show up 2D. Cuphead, hey, they can show up 2D. That sort of thing. So Minecraft, they can show up like they're pulled straight from Minecraft. Great. As for how it plays, it was really freaking weird those first few training matches. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, you did training matches. I didn't even bother with that. The only character for DLC that I went into training mode for was Min Min. Because I wanted to figure out, okay, how the fuck do these arms work? What the shit?
Yeah, because that's really one of the first character that the special moves buttons don't necessarily all translate to special moves, which works for the character, faithful to the franchise, as we said earlier. But ultimately, I am very happy with Steve's inclusion. The gameplay is definitely takes some getting used to. In the scope of all of Smash, you don't really see anything else quite like it, so it really throws you off.
Oh yeah.
But once you get into the rhythm, we got a bit of that too in our first couple of matches we played before recording this episode. But once you get into the rhythm of it, and the timing is a little bit different than other characters too, you can have a pretty intense match with the Steve character. Nothing competitive. He's definitely
He's fun
lower
though.
tier. But he's extremely fun.
Yeah.
One of the most fun characters and most unique characters in Smash, and the amount of time that they put into creating the character. Now that I've had the chance to play it and see Sakurai kind of present all the stuff with Steve and Alex a few days before release as well, a couple days after the trailer, I am simpatico, with the whole release schedule. I understand why it took so long, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
So
I honestly hope that they get a character or two after Seed that is considerably simpler and easier to design because, guys, you need a break. Holy shit, you need a fucking vacation. First of all, Sakurai needs like a year off from making games. When Ultimate is finally done, that man needs a year of paid vacation. Because holy fuck.
Straight on to the Ice Climber 3D Collectathon afterwards, though.
Ultimate 2, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Electric Boogaloo. It's gonna be for the next. It's gonna be for the Nintendo Switch Mini, exclusive to that. God, Nintendo, please don't. Nintendo, please don't.
They have a mouse humping the system like for the Game Boy Micro commercials here in North America. It'll clearly sell.
What?
Oh,
wait. First of all, hold up. First of all, the Microhead commercials.
Yes.
Never even saw one. That was the dumbest fucking thing. It's like, hey, look, we have the DS now. You guys want to buy a Game Boy Micro?
Mm-hmm.
No.
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 Also, it doesn't even play Game Boy Color games.
No, it doesn't. It's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
It's super fucking tiny. Granted, the name's Micro, but why did it exist? It's so fucking dumb.
I don't know.
It's kind of like how they announced, oh, hey guys, here's the Nintendo 3DS, or not the 3DS, here's the Nintendo DSi. A few days later. Or it was more like a couple weeks later, it was like, here's the 3DS.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, here's the 3DS XL. It's like, that wasn't quite the timeline of it. Like, no, I think 3DS was out before DSi, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was more like, all right. No? You sure?
DSi was like a year before 3DS.
Okay, I don't... Okay, maybe that's what it was. It was DSi, and then a year later it was 3DS, and then it was shortly after 3DS. 3DS XL. It's like, why even...
They had the 2DS and the 2DS XL.
What the fuck's your marketing? God. Sometimes I gotta fucking wonder.
One of the lesser kind of archetypes of Iwata's era, honestly, but I mean, the guy had passion as a gamer, and I respect that. It's not anything we see. Nintendo now has some sketchy business practices, like with Super Mario 3D All Stars limited release. Anyway,
limited digital release. Digital. What the fuck? I understand a limited physical release. I get that.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, all games have a limited physical release. Limited digital? What the fuck kind of shrooms are you smoking?
Unless they shut down the whole eShop, doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
No. But
you know what I love is how we call these episodes on topics and yet we never are.
You want to go back to Mary Poppins?
No.
Turn.
I'm just making a comment because this happens quite a bit for us.
Yeah, but if we stay totally on topic,
it'd be 30 minutes long.
Yeah, it would be much shorter, and this. I think part of the charm of these on topic episodes is you have a nice crux, you have a centerpiece, and we tend to focus on that for the most part.
The crux of the episode, if you will.
Yeah. Nice.
That's never going away.
Nice call.
Oh, nice thank you so much, Jake, for that one. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. But then we always come back to it. It's fine. But I mean, if when we're veering off topic, it's a natural conversation. makes things less scripted.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
And this is
Um,
an episode where we don't have notes or like planned topics of conversation really that we want to hit. So we're kind of just like shooting the shit on this. And sometimes we move
yeah.
off of Steve for that.
hmm So, yeah, let's just another slightly tangential thing, but this time related to Fighter Pass at the very least. You spoke of Gino. I thought the same thing at first, because it was the focus on Mario, and then even when he got knocked out into the whatever the boom house,
Yeah.
we
The
Eric
House of
Eric and
Boom.
I, yeah, the House of Boom. Eric and I were still holding on to the hope of Gino. It was so dark. We're like, oh man, he's like on
No.
Star Road or something. And then, but
No.
no, I mean, if you go back, you
Please.
see before the ice pop up, you can even see the blocks set up in the house. So you can, if you had a keen eye, you could tell. And then right before Steve came in, Eric's like, Minecraft? Oh no.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
was
I'm very
so
happy
hyped
looking
for it. I was
forward
like,
to this.
yes.
And you know what? As far as Gino goes, my new thought is that Gino will be fighter number 11, the very last one.
Do you think it'll be the
Round it
last?
all out. Yeah, round it all out. I put money on it, but I won't put money on it. I'll just put my reputation on the line. There's at least a couple guys who watch this podcast who think I'm cool. I'm gonna lose like 10 cool points if I'm not right.
I'm sorry, you think you have cool points?
Yeah.
Nope.
You know, all that cool ran away when I sang the Power Rangers theme song, so the Oscar Mayer one at the Oscar Mayer auditions.
That's
I
a
could have
no.
been an Oscar
Nope,
Mayer
nope,
kid.
nope, 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 no.
No what?
No Oscar Mayer songs.
Not even as
No.
Jigglypuff?
Listen, man, listen. Do you want YouTube to have copyright strikes on us? You
It would
don't
be funny if it
fuck
was for
with the Oscar
money.
Mayer song. You do not fuck with it.
You sound like you have prior experience.
I sound like I know things.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
do it.
You have a relative at Oscar Mayer or something? Your uncle works there?
No. Just
Okay.
trust me.
Okay. What
At
about
least
poker
at
chips?
least
Are we
Happy
talking
Birthday is finally in the public domain. It didn't
also
used
true?
to be a few years ago. It's like, what the fuck? Really?
Happy birthday to
So,
you.
while we're on the subject of, well, I mean, it's not on topic, so of course we're on the subject of Steve and everything, I kind of wanted to, like we did with Min Min when she was revealed and we learned everything else coming with her, I want to go over the other content that came with him. So we got the Minecraft World stage, which is really
The
cool.
anaconda.
It's... What?
The
No!
anaconda that came with.
The Minecraft World stage. The other
Oh,
content.
the other content.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ! Clean your fucking ears, you infidel! Fuck!
Oh.
So, new
Oh.
stage, Minecraft World. It's not really what I would have called it. The version of it I had created a while back was called Creative Mode, which I thought was good. But considering the stage is what it is, and my Creative Mode version was more like a Minecraft edition of the Super Mario Maker stage, yeah, whatever. But it's got several different biomes that you can show off, and when you're selecting the stage, you can hold on button combos to see the different ones. Unfortunately, when you're playing online, it's a little bit more of a bitch to do that, because you have to take your token off the board, go into your stage changer, pick it, hope that you held down the button in the right order, or at the right timing, leave it, open up the game, hope you even get that fucking stage, and it's not a different one that gets chosen.
Yeah, the online mode with that was so annoying.
Yeah, honestly. But I think it's a really cool stage. It's very smart that they made the bottom of it if you remove all the blocks on it, the bottom blocks are the exact same, so you can always go to the same spot to get iron or the same spot to get dirt or whatever.
Agreed.
That's really cool. That's amazing choice, Sakurai. It's in the hopes of balance, which makes a lot of sense. Kind of like how if you do a Battlefield variant of the stage of any stage, then the materials you get are in a set pattern. Fucking great. Love it. But we also, as always, have new Mii costumes. With Min Min, I had one of my predictions come true of the week of us getting the Heihachi skin back, so that was nice. This time around, I again only got one thing correct. It was the Gale costume coming back. Hey.
Hey.
But we also got Travis Touchdown, which... Sorry, Travis fans. I'm sorry. But at least he's a costume, I guess. Like, obviously, you want to be a character. I get that. I'm cool with you. But better than not being in? That said, when Gino gets in as a costume again, I'm going to be...
Really? Tom Berry is the character and Gino. I love you.
Don't you do that to me. Don't you do that to me. Don't you do that to me.
For the audio listeners, there's a Tom Berry toy in the background that Mr.'s talking to.
Yes. That said, Tom Berry would make a great assist trophy. Like, if they decided to do enemies as assist trophies from Final Fantasy, Tom Berry would be amazing. I'd still rather it be, like, actual characters, but I could not argue with Tom Berry. Like, no, yeah, that fucking fits. That's
Tom
great.
Tom Berry riding Chocobo.
Yeah. We got Bomberman. And it looks just like Bomberman.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised they just didn't go the special costume route.
I mean, he kind of is. See, the special costume thing is it's a lot of fan speculation about that, because we got the Cuphead one and we got the Sans, which are, a fan term is deluxe Mii costumes, where they also came with a bit of music, and the Mii outfit. It's not just a Mii wearing somebody's face; it actually looks just like them. And then with Min Min, we got Vault Boy. And it looks, again, just like Vault Boy, but there's no Fallout music. And then we've gotten Bomberman here, which looks just like Bomberman. I think he's a little bit taller than the assist trophy, but no music. But I think I'll still count Bomberman and Vault Boy as part of the deluxe Mii costumes that we've been getting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, even if they didn't come with music, I mean, it's changing the... what's the word here? It's changing the actual model. It's not like the legs are completely different. It's not just somebody wearing a fucking dress. It's the character, but on a Mii. No, you're not. Are you?
One day I will.
Oh. And then the other Mii costumes we got a creeper outfit and a pig outfit, which look fucking terrifying. They look fucking terrifying. Here's the best one for you. This is something I saw. Creeper body, Sans head.
Oh, God.
It's fucking awful. Holy fuck. Please do not. It's bad. It's terrifying. I don't want to see that in my dreams at night. No, thank you.
I can picture it now.
Fuck.
Unfortunately.
And then we got a Mii wearing the diamond armor from Minecraft, which is... I don't know if I would have thought about it. Because in my old predictions I had made when we did our Fire Pass 2, I had a deluxe Mii costume for Steve. That was my Minecraft content. But a Mii wearing a suit of diamond armor, that's fucking great. I love that that's there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I also forgot to mention the Bomberman skins change based on whatever the main color is for your Mii. That's fucking awesome.
That's
yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
So much yes.
Oh, gosh. I wish, too, that, never mind. It was going to be bullshit, and then I lost my train of thought.
Okay. Well, now that, and also wanted to bring up that now that we have the Gale costume coming back, the only missing costumes, the only missing third-party costumes from Smash 4 to Ultimate are the Monster Hunter costumes, Lloyd Irving, and Gino. That's it.
Oh, I remember my thought.
Just those four.
I wish that there was a Mii costume that was just the dirt blocks. Anyway. Gino, Lloyd Irving, and who?
The Monster Hunter skins.
Oh yeah.
They had one that I don't know what the first one's armor was based off of, but one of them was based off of Rathalos armor. Mm-hmm. And so it naturally makes people theorize, like, okay, well, considering it's taking so long for these ones to get in, are they going to be characters now, or are they just drip feeding them to us? And I've seen some people say it's like, well, if it's let me start that over. With looking at Gino is, okay, why would they wait if he was just going to be a costume again? Why would they wait until Fighter Pass 2 after the fans have been getting hyped as fuck all the time and keep on wishing and dreaming. Why would they wait until Fire Pass 2 to reveal him as DLC as a costume again? I have to admit, it is a little weird. Why would they do that? I don't know. Maybe we'll get him as a character. Maybe we just won't get Geno at all. Maybe our only Geno is going to be the spirit. Don't know.
I think that if it's taking this long, at the very, very least, Sakurai and Nintendo are trying to negotiate with Square.
I feel like the characters are already negotiated for. I think they're already set.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, that could be maybe they were trying and then they finally got an answer, yes or no. Or we could also be getting a deluxe Mii costume for Geno, and maybe we'll get Beware the Forest Mushrooms as a music track. I'm down for it. I'm here for that. I'd rather him be as a character, but again, it's better than fucking nothing. And it's better than the Smash 4 one where it's just somebody wearing Geno's outfit.
Mm-hmm.
But as for Lloyd Ravine, people have been talking about, like, are we ever going to get another Namco rep besides Pac-Man? Well, people thought, oh, maybe Tekken with Heihachi. Well, Heihachi's in me again. Maybe a Tails character. Lloyd is the popular character pick in the speculation community. Personally, after playing some of Symphonia and playing all of Vesperia, why? Lloyd sucks. I'll fucking say it. Lloyd sucks. He's a fucking idiot. God damn, every time, it feels like most of his dialogue is just repeating what some other character said. It's like, dude, yes, we just learned that. You're a fucking moron. You need to get some brain cells, my dude, because holy damn. To be fair, I've been playing the game with 2 other friends, and we've only been able to meet up enough that we've gotten through the first third of the game, more or less. So there's still plenty of more Symphony to play through. But so far, Vesperia and Yuri Lowell kick Symphonia's ass. Personally, I think the main reason why people even talk about Lloyd is because Symphonia was on the GameCube, and Sakurai had that one comment about Lloyd. But I think if Namco was to actually choose the character, they might still choose Lloyd. But Yuri and even Velvet are way superior options. Just my personal thoughts on that. And maybe we'll see Lloyd's skin come in, or not his skin, his Mii costume come back with another character, whether it's another Namco character or whoever. But I feel like I don't think he's going to be a playable character. Whether we're going to get a Tails character or not, don't know. I'm hedging my bets on no Lloyd.
I would like to say that Yuri Lowell and even Velvet from Tales of Berseria would be better choices than Lloyd.
Yeah, and you don't even know Tails. But the thing I like about Velvet is she's not a sword fighter. She fights with, like, demonic claws. Like, holy shit. Yes!
Velvet fights with demonic claws.
And
holy shit, yes.
Yuri's personality is just so much better than Lloyd's dumbass schoolboy. Come on.
Yuri's personality is so much better than Lloyd's dumbass.
Oh, you were just being Lloyd right now, aren't you?
I am being. Yes.
Fuck. And then the only other Mii costumes then were Monster Hunter, which again has people thinking, oh, are they going to get upgraded into playable characters? Like, and the argument for Monster Hunter is always, well, we have Rathalos in the game. It'd be weird if we didn't get the Monster Hunter characters. And while on a level I do agree with you, I do. The fact that we got Rathalos as a boss in base game and no Monster Hunter in sight kind of makes me think we're not going to get Monster Hunter. They would have been in base game. Come on.
Agreed.
If they didn't have enough time to do them, they would have been in Fighter Pass 1. I don't think we're getting Monster Hunter. I just don't. The time is over. Maybe in the next Smash, but I don't think we're getting him here. Plus, I mean, Capcom tried getting the Monster Hunter character into Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and the director for the game was like, no, I don't want a hunter in the game. For some reason, they don't like hunters being in fighting games. Now, the one was added as DLC into Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, so I'm not sure what the case there was. Maybe Capcom said, I don't give a fuck what you think, we're doing it. I don't know. But they, for some reason, just don't seem to want their characters in fighting games. And you know what? That's their choice. But I don't think we're getting a Monster Hunter. Whether we'll get the same... I mean, people also think, like, oh, well, there's the new Monster Hunter Rise. Maybe we're getting that character. It's like, again, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
Now, that character does have an amazing design, and I'd be like, cool, they look awesome, but there's going to be another fucking tether recovery, and I'm fucking over those.
You considering that's like a main facet of Monster Hunter Rise. But no, I agree. It would be weird to get it at this point. It can happen. It could just be another rule broken that the community's pulled out of their butt. But I mean, it's just, I think that there's other options, and that because we already have Rathalos in, at the very least, Monster Hunter had to have been in consideration for Ultimate, whiffed it for whatever reason, and here we are now. Prioritizing Rathalos without Monster Hunter kind of just means, to me, that Sakurai probably said, hey, Rathalos is enough. Yeah. And, you know, fair game at that point, because Rathalos, what's on the cover of Monster Hunter? It's not the hunter, it's the monsters.
Yeah, the monsters are the main thing about Monster Hunter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It makes more sense to represent them than the hunter itself. I get it. Totally makes sense to me.
Given, I wouldn't be surprised necessarily if they were in. I just am not betting on it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon. It took 3 games to get the actual character into Smash. Before then, it was the Pokemon themselves.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That Pokemon trainer, like Pokemon Trainer Red, who you and Dojo TL's twisted past. Nonetheless, though, I would imagine that it might mean we're getting a Capcom character, though.
We could very least be getting another Capcom character. People have been wanting one.
Mm-hmm. Now, as for who it is, I mean, Phoenix Wright is the popular choice.
Phoenix Wright, Amaterasu, Dante. I'd say those are probably like the 3 leading choices. Yeah. Top 2, honestly, and if I was to guess, would be either Phoenix or Dante. Yeah. Just my thoughts.
Yeah. Then there's like Arthur, Chun-Li, whatever. Could happen.
We could get a 3rd Street Fighter character.
Uh-huh.
God.
And I mean, Chun-Li is hugely influential to games. So
and she's very commonly in the crossovers, much like Ryo is.
Yeah.
She's. I feel like she's in more crossovers than Ken.
I believe so too, or at least like she's in most of the versus Capcom games, to where Ken is more splotchy.
Yeah, and that's generally because like Ken just fights like Ryo. It's more interesting to get a different character in.
Yeah, we get.
Like I wonder if Sakurai was like, I want another Street Fighter character, but I don't want to do another one that's unique. I could just do Ken and have him be an Echo. I wonder if that was part of the thought process there. Or maybe Capcom wanted another character, and he's like, how about Ken? Because then I can have an Echo, and it's easy.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
And I mean, you know, they did Ken a credit. He's not even technically an Echo.
He is more unique than the other Echoes. Him and Chrome are the standouts for the Echoes, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, good old times. As far as Steve goes, though, any other thoughts you want to roll back in here?
Hell yeah! I mentioned before I had made a moveset for Steve in the past, and I wanted to go through that and everything I had for them, kind of compared to what we actually got. For history's sake, I made this moveset for Steve July 21st, 2018, and posted it on the Smashtopia Wiki. I've been kind of debating with myself what I want to do with this now that we have a real Steve in Smash, and he's pretty well different from mine, and I don't know that I want, like, do I replace my version with what we actually got? Just, like, maybe change a few things that I want to change, or do I make a new one, have, like, Steve Zantok and Steve Official? I don't know what I want to do. I'm having to think about that. But I want to go over and see what is different about my Steve compared to the real Steve. So, first of all, in the taunts, I have one taunt that's... Do what?
Steve from Blue's Clues.
No, fuck off.
See the metal band now.
Shut up. When it comes to the taunts, only one of my taunts is even similar to what we got for Smash. Steve eating a steak. That's one we got in Smash.
Yeah.
But the version I had on it was the same thing, except sometimes it's a steak, sometimes it's a pork chop, a salmon, mutton, chicken. It could be any of those. It's just randomized. But he eats it, and it makes a sound effect. So, you know, same basic thing. Another one I had on there was that Steve would pull out an enchanted book. that you can do enchanting with in Minecraft, and he just kind of like has the pages flip through it, like he's looking through, trying to decide if he wants to enchant one of his weapons before he puts it away. Instead, we got Steve doing the jumping animation and waving his fist like a high. Personally, I like mine better. Just me.
Yeah. Yeah.
For my other taunt, I had him.
Could have had courtesans.
For my other
episode, guys. Okay, I'm done.
Jesus Christ. For my other taunt, I just have him take on like one of the other mob heads that you can get from an enemy drop and just put it on his head like a mask or a helmet, and he keeps fighting with it on until he uses the taunt again. So he could put it on like a zombie head or a creeper head or a wither skeleton head. Considering we got a zombie and enderman as skins for Steve in Smash, it may not work too well for that, considering you could have a zombie getting a zombie head, which would be fucking weird. Get that away. Get that fucking away, you fucking monster. Instead, the other time we got for him officially was Steve crouching quickly, which, again, it's a thing that happens in Minecraft, but it's also, when you crouch in Smash as Steve, he does the same crouching animations. I kind of don't get why it has to be there, too. Well, what the fuck ever. His entrance animation is definitely better than mine, though. I like the official one more. Him breaking blocks, then he just he walks in from behind them. That's cool. It's like he's actually coming from a Minecraft world into Smash. That's awesome. Mine was just he's sleeping in a bed and then he wakes up, which is cool. I'll defend that it's cool, but nah, the real one's better there. When I was making my Kirby hat for the Steve submission, my first thought was, oh, what if Kirby is square? But then I thought, oh, that's fucking dumb. Yeah. Well, guess what we got? Kirby becomes square. My version was he just wears Steve's a square head or square hair like a hat. It's it's whatever. Victory animations. The ones that Steve has is again eating a steak, which I think is a little redundant at this point. Really quickly building a house and then coming out the front door, which is really cool. I like that. And then a creeper blows up, and then Steve is behind the creeper, which not the biggest fan of that one. The ones I had made up was actually one of them was there's a bunch of dirt blocks covering the screen, and Steve mines his way through them, like what his entrance animation actually is. So that's kind of cool. I have Steve running around the victory screen. I really wish this one happened. He runs around the screen and just starts setting off fireworks, celebrating that he won. I wish that one stayed, because fireworks are a thing in Minecraft. I would love that one actually had to stay in. And then the other one I came up with is Steve rides on a pig with a carrot on a stick, and the pig is just walking around. That would have been cool. I would have been okay with that. Moveset wise is where things get weird. Oh boy. So Steve's standard special is 3 different things, kind of. It's for real, certain things. If he's just on the ground, he's mining for materials. And that's the whole crux of the moveset, if you will, for Steve. If he's in front of a crafting block and he has the materials that he can upgrade his weapons, he can upgrade them to stone, iron, or gold or diamond. But if he's in the air, place a block. And the block is depending on whatever the materials he has are. And he can just keep placing blocks as he's in the air, but there's like limits around the stage where he can do that. My standard special was actually the crafting table part of it. But instead of like having to mine for materials and you upgrade from wood to stone to iron to gold to diamond, it says just like, alright, you're starting to craft, pulls up a wheel of options, kind of like Shulk's Monado Arts. You can choose the sword, the axe, the pickaxe, the shovel, or the hoe, and all of them are the iron variants, and then you have that weapon, and it breaks after a set time. And it's just you choosing different weapons. Like the sword was going to be the one that deals the most damage of all of them. The iron axe could break shields and will deal increased damage to shields. The iron pickaxe dealt the most knockback of all of them. The shovel can bury opponents in the ground if they get hit with it. And then the iron hoe does minimal damage and knockback really, but it has the highest durability, so it doesn't take as long to break.
Question. is with the Iron Hoe. Is that Gwyneth Paltrow?
So, I honestly don't know how I feel about comparing these two standard specials together. Like, the one that Sekiro gave him has a lot more options to it, but I honestly don't like. I don't like the mining. I honestly don't. When you're doing the mining as Steven Smash, you're taking time away from fighting, and you're also
Sure.
putting yourself at great risk. There were several times when we were playing where I was out of materials and I couldn't do shit, and I was trying to mine, but you were wisely rushing me down and going in to kick my ass, and I was like, I'm fucked. I can't do anything. My weapon is broke. I have no iron, so I can't use a fucking minecart. Oh shit. And I wasn't really a fan of that. It makes sense for the character, but and I had considered mining when I was building my moveset for him. I had a fuck ton of possible options of like what Steve could do when I was coming up with my ideas for him. But I had dropped mining and like doing the real crafting with it because like this is too complicated. I don't want to throw that in.
Yeah.
I had considered brewing potions as well to get status effects. I was like, this is adding a lot. This is too complicated. I'm gonna drop that.
Mm-hmm.
I really would wish if I think he'd be a better character both for fun and for competitive if he didn't have to mine for materials. But oh well.
Yeah. Yeah.
My side special is definitely worse than what we actually got. What we actually got? Minecart! Fucking fun! The downside to minecart is if you have no iron, you can't create one. If you have no less materials, you can't place down any more rails, so you can't go anywhere. But the one I had was he throws a trident.
Wow. Well, it's utilitarian, I suppose.
I mean, I didn't really have a lot of things I liked with it. I might have considered a minecart. I actually don't remember. I'm not sure that I did. But the only thing I had to try was if it actually connects with another player, a lightning bolt will strike them. Because
Cool.
tridents in Minecraft can be enchanted with the ability to channel lightning. So,
Wow, this is bringing it back to the Aquaman at the start. Good times.
I mean, hey, I wasn't quite at the start, but it was somewhere in there. My up special, I considered the Elytra, but I had discarded it because the gliding mechanic was gone, and we hadn't seen it since Brawl. So it's like, well, I can't really figure out how you do Elytra without gliding,
Sucker's like, let's put gliding in.
and it's back. Gliding is back for Steve, kind of, sort of. I don't. It's not. It doesn't look like it's as good as it was in Brawl, at least
No.
from what I can tell.
You
But
can
mine
beat
was
the
just.
entire game with Meta-Knight and Brawl.
Oh yeah, but my version was just like, oh hey, he just quickly climbs a ladder that he builds as he goes up,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. But I'll admit, Elytra's definitely better there. I think it's a lot cooler. My down special was the water bucket, which I still think is fun. I think it's fun. I had considered TNT, but I don't know why I didn't do it. I think I was thinking just make the TNT be an item instead. But water bucket, he just splashes out water and it pushes items, players away. Just it's a keep away tool.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
But the TNT block where he can then stretch out the redstone and place a pressure plate and then activate it whenever. Love that. Again, I wish it didn't cost the whole material thing, but I'm still good with it. It's fun.
Yeah.
You can set up some fun shit with that.
We sure did.
Another one that would be fun is like, okay, look, here we go. Here's the TNT. I'm gonna put the pressure plate right by it. Let's grab you. Let's throw you. Oh no, where did you land? Ooh, that's unfortunate. Boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Honestly, when it comes to the final Smash, I prefer mine. I do.
Mm-hmm.
The one for Smash, well, I like how it starts out with the look of the piston just launching someone off the stage. Great visual. House of Boom. They go into a building, and there's a bunch of creepers, and then they explode. Creepers are a huge part of Minecraft. There's no lie there. I think creepers are great to represent in some form, but I didn't like it as a final Smash. If creepers were, I think creepers work better as an assist trophy.
Mm-hmm.
But none of the DLC gets assist trophy, so whatever. The final Smash I had down was the end portal. An end portal will appear in front of Steve, just on the stage. And if somebody happens to be right there, they fall through the portal. And then the cinematic begins, and the Ender Dragon comes out, breathes fire, sends them flying. Simple enough.
And it's
like
not even Ridley this time.
yeah, the Ender Dragon is like Well, it's okay. It's not like Minecraft really has an achievement system, but I mean more like it's a sandbox game, so it's not like there's an end goal. But if there was an end goal, it's defeat the Ender Dragon. So it's just like Ender Dragon, Final Smash, it's fucking perfect. Come on now.
Yep,
Uh,
I
we
concur.
yeah we Smash doesn't have extra skills, kind of. It looks like they're starting to get to that point. Considering they have that shield special move now, where Steve can summon his crafting table, and the Inkling can recharge their ink. Yeah, that's an extra skill. It's in Smash now, as far as I'm concerned. The one I had
Oh
built
yeah.
was actually block building. So the other aspect of the standard special that we actually got, I had as the extra skill, where he could place blocks onto the stage for various things. I had it limited in that you only have 5 blocks in your inventory, and they all have the same durability. So it could be a grass block, it could be dirt, wood, iron, sand, what the fuck ever. It was all the exact same, and you could place it anywhere on the stage. I do like the idea that there were limits to the size of the stage or where you can place them, so you can't just like hide off into the stage and do jack all.
Yeah.
And they also had down that they can break, which is 5% damage, which might be a little bit weak. I don't know. And they would also completely be broken after 10 seconds of being on the stage. And once one is broken, you have that in your inventory again, so you can place another one. You can have a maximum of 5 on the stage. I think I prefer my version of that again because of the whole mining aspect. But it is hard to
Right.
argue that Steve is well designed in Smash. Is he strictly how I would do it? No, but I think he's fine.
Yeah.
I think he's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I mean, I see why Sakurai did it the way he did it because it's mine. So
Yeah, fair.
mine.
Absolutely
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Mining is a huge part of the game. But again, for me, it's
Sure.
just sometimes when you're translating a character into a fighting game, I feel like there's certain things it's just like, all right, this is a big part of them, but it doesn't quite work in our little world, so maybe we leave
I
it
concur.
down.
I concur. And I mean, while we're on the
And you
subject
can
of
represent that. Like the entrance
Mhm.
animation represents mining. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I think that would have been fine. As far as the
Yeah.
alternate costumes are concerned, Smash only does 8, but we do 10 on Smashtopia. And I had Steve and Alex. I had the tennis outfits and the Scottish version of Steve, which we have in Smash. And I had the tennis Alex and the no, I didn't have tennis Alex because I did tennis Steve instead. So I didn't want to have both the tennis outfits because I thought it was silly. And I also had Swedish Alex, which looks pretty cool. Zombie and Enderman, great fucking idea. I did not think about that
Yeah.
one. I
Yeah.
love it. I only wish that we had gotten more than just the Zombie and Enderman. What about Zombie Pigman? What about Skeleton? When they showed Zombie, I thought for sure we were getting Skeleton. And then it was Enderman instead. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it could be like, oh, well, the model is a little too tall for Skeleton. Enderman is taller than Skeleton. Come on.
Yeah.
That's not a good argument. But that's all. I just want to do like that quick comparison of my Steve and the real Steve. There are parts of the real one that I prefer. There are parts of mine that I prefer, which I think is the case for pretty much anybody that makes movesets. And
Yeah.
we're always going to have some bias to the thing that we created.
Yep.
And-
There's one instance where I think the Smashtopia moveset greatly eclipses the Nintendo moveset,
Oh?
but I mean otherwise I completely agree.
What do you think greatly eclipses?
It's not even either of ours. I think you know where I'm going with this now. No? Okay. It's Kelly's Violet.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, Kelly's Violet that Kelly put on Smashtopia, like they gave it to me to put on Smashtopia literally just a couple days before Violet's reveal. It's like,
Yeah.
what? How the fuck? And then a few days before Steve, Kelly gave me a Travis touchdown move. So it's not on the wiki yet. I need to get some time to do it. It might be up by the time this episode goes up, but at the time of the recording, it's not up yet. I'm sorry, Kelly. I'm getting to it. I've just had so many things that have been pulling me in different directions lately.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Okay.
fucking working too many projects. I'll be honest. I
Yeah,
don't
same
know
here.
how you're planning to do multiple podcasts, dude. I don't know how you can do it because I could not. I could fucking not.
Part of the help is that they're all still in the planning stages except for this one. when it actually comes to it, holy moly.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean the
you want
base
them both
maps
to
are
be started in like
insane.
early 2021. So don't know how
I
that's
do.
gonna fucking happen. But
We'll
good
see.
luck to you, man.
We will see. There's going to have to be some reprioritization of certain things. This podcast will be top priority.
Of
So
course,
whatever
I'm
it
more
needs to be.
important.
Yeah, you are. You are. We'll have you right alongside the Mary Poppins podcast that's coming along,
No,
featuring the Carathan.
I mean the only other stuff I had for Steve was just his home stage being, as I called it, creative mode, which was just a Minecraft version of the Super Mario Maker stage where it's a different biome every time you load it up, it's a different layout every time you load it up, and blocks can be broken, blocks can be randomly placed as the match is going on. But I'm fine with the Minecraft world stage that we got. I think it's okay. I have no problems with
I
it.
concur. I wish it were easier to select your biome than it
Yeah.
is, especially because stage selection comes first.
Yeah.
So when playing
Honestly, I
online in
don't
an
like.
arena,
But when
yeah,
they announced that stage selection would be coming before character selection, I was just like, why? I
yeah, the
don't
competitive
like
scene blew
this.
up. They were so happy, but
Yeah.
I,
And, for you guys, good for you. Enjoy that
mhm,
feature. I wish we had a toggle. Let me choose if I
I
want the characters
concur.
first or the stages first. Because I prefer characters first. It just makes more sense.
Yeah, and in the online mode, when you're trying to select biomes and you're in an arena, you have to keep on canceling out of the arena
Yeah.
and creating a new one just to make the biome change that you want,
Yeah.
which is highly
Highly
inconvenient.
annoying.
Oth-
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just keep on getting planes like we did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We got plains the most when we were playing. We got the snowy tundra a few times. We got
Whatever that
we got
woodland area.
we got the forest, birch forest. We got that
Yeah.
one once, and then we never saw the stone beach or whatever that one was called, Stone Island or something like that. We never saw the other forest. I don't remember what that one's called.
Mhm.
And then we never saw the savannah.
Felix Forest.
No, I think it was
It is.
taiga. It was taiga, if I remember
It is.
correctly.
It is. It is.
But I was really disappointed that we never
Yeah.
got to see the other ones. Like, come
Me
on.
too.
Like, we played for like 30, 60 minutes and we didn't see any of the others. Like, seriously? We only got to see three of them.
Hmm.
Come the
Hmm.
fuck on.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. So that's an inconvenient feature of Minecraft and Smash, but
Yeah.
on the overall, I really do appreciate how faithful it is, and yeah, I think that we're just tapping into that potential together with Steve, as of our playthrough today. When we get together with other friends of ours and play it all together, even if we were all Steve, that's going to be chaotic as hell. It's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
great. It's going to be great times. So Steve's up there. Steve is one of my more favored characters out of the DLC we've gotten so far. After being able to play as him,
Is he, well,
I'll be
let
playing.
me ask this. Is he your favorite character that's in, or is he your favorite to play of the DLCs?
Huh? That's a good question. And honestly, I'm not sure if it's either, but I'm just saying he's up there in the ranks. Like
Fair
he's
enough.
yeah. So like my favorite character that's in is Banjo-Kazooie. My favorite character to play as is probably still Terry,
Hmm.
uh, just because that kind of thing fits my play style, my general play style. But Steve is so different. I'm going to gravitate towards him for at least a little while longer, and
Yeah.
so he's like top three or top four for me. What about you?
I would say my favorite that's in is Joker, which is ironic because I didn't know who the fuck Joker was when he was announced. I was like, "Who the
Yeah,
fuck's this guy?"
you're like great. I get to play
And
that
now I'm just
anime
like,
game now.
"Oh my god, it's Persona, yeah!" Like, I
Hmm.
have near future plans to record Persona 4. 5 will happen later because 5 is long and
Hmm. Hmm. But I mean, big fan of Persona 5. You are.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But my favorite to play as is actually Banjo. I love playing as
Oh.
Banjo. Terry would probably be my second one. I should probably put some more hours into Terry just to see if Banjo is actually my favorite one or not. But I enjoy playing as them both, and Terry does have the best DLC stage by far. Holy shit, it's
Agreed.
so much fun.
Like Spiral Mountain is so cool to have, but it's a little small.
It is. It is.
And then just whatever. They did a great job with Mementos and everything,
Garrick
but
Mach Monastery honestly is an okay stage. I just wish,
yeah.
get rid of the... fix the models. Fix the character models,
Hmm.
please. Fuck.
Hmm.
Oh, God. Oh.
Make Gatekeeper playable in the next game.
Also, just put the whole house of students
Eloise.
there. Just put all the students
Yeah.
in there. Come on. You're putting like 20 different King of Fighters characters on the
Hmm.
fucking King of Fighters stage.
Hmm.
Where's the rest of the fucking students?
Sakurai just included his favorites, which includes Lawrence.
Ugh. Ugh.
I
Ugh. Worst student in the
wish we
game.
got a
Worst.
I wish we got a Minecraft Lawrence as a skin for Steve.
I'm sure you could probably get somebody to make you a Minecraft Steve skin out of Lawrence for PC. I bet you somebody can do it. I don't know why they would want to,
That's it.
but I bet you somebody could do it.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna make a
I'm trying to think of the other
Lawrence.
stages. Mementos is an okay stage. I don't like when the walls come in. That's unnecessary.
It's
Like,
weird. Yeah.
what's the inspiration for that? No, that can
No.
go. That's
Exactly.
bad. That's really not good. Um,
Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil's altar is okay. I don't have a problem with it. The
Mhm.
mimics are a bit of a pain in the ass, but I'm
Yeah.
fine with it. What else do we have? Spring Stadium. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's what you expect
It is
from
what it is.
ARMS. It's not remarkable, but it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what am I forgetting? I guess not. That's all of them.
Nope. Nope. What about I don't know. What about Bowser's Keep?
That's the theorized stage that Geno could have, but it is not in Smash as of yet.
What
I do
about
think it'd be interesting. People have been saying it's like, oh, what if Geno stages Bowser's Keep and we finally get a Bowser's Castle in Smash? And I'm just like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. My stage was Forest Maze that I made for Geno, but I don't hate Bowser's Keep. That's
Yeah.
interesting. The only here's the bad thing about doing Bowser's Keep though for Geno's stage. If they ever don't bring like
Geno doesn't appear.
yeah, if Geno doesn't come back, like do they have to negotiate the rights for that stage if they want to bring it back but not Geno?
Hmm.
Because it's still Mario RPG, but Bowser's Castle has been in from the beginning. But is this its own unique enough thing that they do its own rights? If so,
If,
don't
like-
do Bowser's Keep,
Yeah.
because then we'll probably never see it again.
Yeah. If like Exor and Smithy are involved, then it's gonna end up being a square.
Oh
problem.
yeah,
Yeah.
and considering the Exor would have to be there. He'd have to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it's an internal stage, which, if you're going to do it as Bowser's Keep, no, you got to do the Vista Hill shit. Come on.
Yeah. What's funny too, I have to mention it now that we're back on this Geno subject. I have a friend who I would say is an acquaintance of yours.
It's me. I'm the
Who-
friend.
When we were talking about Geno, oh no, it's not. You're not going to want to be this friend. When we were talking about Geno privately over text, he said Geno would be great, but I don't want to get my hopes up. I want Boshi instead.
I'm sorry. What?
Right?
What?
Yeah, they want Boshi.
How? Are you sure this person was serious?
Yes.
Because Boshi is also Mario RPG, and Boshi is barely a character. Like people try. I've seen the argument with Geno that Mallow has a character arc and Geno doesn't. Which Geno's arc is the whole game. Come on, there is no Mario RPG without Geno's story.
Mm-hmm.
His story is literally the game.
Mm-hmm.
But Boshi is just, first of all, it's optional to go to Yoster Island. Boshi is literally just a Yoshi that's a dick and who just wants to race people one-on-one instead of having friendly group races. Oh my god, Boshi is a competitive player. Fuck. Like, he's just a blue Yoshi that wears sunglasses, which, granted, I will be so down to have Boshi as an alternate skin for Yoshi. Fuck yeah, that'd be
Would be better than
great.
Crafted World Yoshi.
Yeah, the Crafted World Yoshi does not look very good. It's off-putting. Yarn Yoshi would have been amazing. Crafted World
Yeah.
Yoshi just looks no.
It's like Yoshi, but very slightly fuzzy. And that's about
Yeah,
it.
I don't like it.
It was underwhelming. Yarn Yoshi was way better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
But what the fuck ever.
Yeah, we're gonna get Yarn Boshi as a playable character, I'm sure.
We're gonna get Yarn Kirby.
I would be oddly
Nope.
fine with that.
I would rather have Prince Fluff because we don't need
Oh, of
another
course.
Kirby.
Yep. Yep.
Like
Prince Fluff or
I
Vandanity.
am tired of the alternate versions of the same character. That said, I'm also the same guy that wants to make 8 different versions of Link because, haha, funny. But no.
What about
No.
Bathtub Mario?
No! God,
Well,
no. The only alternate version of a character I will take is Paper Mario. That's it.
there you go.
After that, I'm
There
fucking
you go.
done.
What about Paper Link from the Paper Legend of Zelda?
No, it doesn't exist. I would love
Oh,
for it
that's
to.
too
But it
bad.
doesn't exist. Actually, it can exist after we get real Paper Mario. Because I don't want Paper
Yeah,
Link to be ruined by the bad Paper Mario.
agreed.
I don't want Paper
Agreed.
Mario to be ruined by the bad Paper Mario.
What if Paper Link's stick is that he talks?
Paper Mario doesn't even talk.
Yep,
So
it
no,
would be funny.
no.
What
What
if
if
there are
Paper
Paper
Link's companion was a Bokoblin? And it knows
Okay.
Tattle and Headbonk.
Yes. Yes. Let it be so.
I feel like this is brief tangent here. Maybe this might be something we can do an episode on at some point. But if we did have a Paper Zelda ever, I feel like we would definitely have a Zora and a Goron companion. I don't know
Oh, we
about a
would.
Rito. Maybe.
Hmm.
But we definitely have a Zora and a Gerudo.
And a Goro.
That's what I said. Or what I meant, rather.
Yeah. A Gerudo is a good bet too.
The only problem with doing a Zora, Goron, Gerudo, and Rito is like, alright, well, it's just Breath of the Wild.
Hmm.
You used 4 slots on the Breath of the Wild, which they're the biggest 4 species in Zelda. But if you look at the Paper Mario companions, okay, granted, you have a Koopa Troopa, you have a Goomba, but then you also have you also have the Bomb, which is fairly common as well. But I'm trying to think what the other ones were. You have a Cheep Cheep, which is not something you would expect to see. You have a fucking miniature sun.
Baby Sun.
You have
Yeah.
a Lakitu. You have you have a mouse. You have a
Yeah.
fucking mouse. You have a
have a
baby
mouse.
Yoshi.
You have Madame Flurry.
You have
Ooh,
you have a
good
ghost.
memory.
You have a Boo. That's not a ghost, but you have a ghost that's not a Boo, and you also have a Boo. Then you have a Shadow Spirit,
Vivian.
which is brand new. And it's like things that it's not just the popular common enemies, which I love.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when Sticker
And
Star was
characters can be
teased
playable.
to have a Chain Chomp partner. I was like, hell yeah, a Chain Chomp partner. That's badass. And then Sticker
Mhm.
Star got ruined.
Yeah. Good old Miyamoto, although that has turned into something totally different now.
Yeah. Pretty depressing, honestly.
It is. It is.
But you know what's not
But
depressing?
Minecraft is crappy.
When you play as Steve in Smash, and then you trap somebody else in your minecart, and then they fall off the stage and they can't get back up. That's fun.
It's very fun, yes.
Yeah, it is. And then they're trying to recover the Elytra, and you put a block right at the edge, and then they hit their head on the block. That's the best way to use his blocks. It really is. Like don't use them to build a barrier between you and your opponent. Don't use them to just be randomly near. Put it at the edge. Put it right at the edge and watch them fail.
Do it.
It's a lot
Do
of
it.
fun.
Do it.
It's fun. Also, there's a
That or-
glitch with Steve right now. We didn't mention this earlier, but Steve has a pretty funny glitch. It doesn't work on with every character with every stage, but here's what I want you guys to do. One person needs to play as Steve. One person needs to play as Samus. And you need to play on either Minecraft World or Corneria or one of the Battlefield versions of any of the stages. Steve needs to make 2 blocks, but they need to have like block on the ground, space, and then a block on top of that space. Just have that little setup, and then Samus seems to be right there and doing their basic jab attacks. You do it right, Samus is going to fall for the stage. It's very fun. I think it might work with some other characters too. I'm not sure for sure, but I know it works on Samus, and I know it works on Corneria, Minecraft World, and all the Battlefield variants. I had to do it to Jonno. I was like, hey, look, I got this thing I need to show you. It took a while to get it to work, so you might not get it right on the first try because we certainly didn't. We almost gave up on doing it. Yeah, it took us some time. But we got it to work, and it was like, that's fun.
Would have been even funnier to you if I didn't recover.
Yeah, that would have been
That was
better.
nice. Yeah.
When you're still inside of the stage, if there's enough time, you can recover up out of it. But if you've completely fallen through, you're below the stage. Good fucking luck, dude. You're fucked.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about with Steve? Because I'm about out of stuff to talk about with Steve.
I am too. But just generally, how uncanny is it that, at a certain point in the history of Smash, when we were coming into it, there were no third-party characters.
Yeah.
We couldn't fathom the idea of even Sonic being it. And now here we are, all this time later, and Steve is playable. Not
Yep.
only that, Steve is now owned by Microsoft. Banjo's owned by Microsoft. We have two Microsoft characters, and that's one of Nintendo's
Where's
big
Master
two
Chief?
competitors. Yeah, Master Chief, although now Doom Guy is also Microsoft.
He is. It's like
So
shit.
it's mind blown. What is it going to be, right? Holy moly! But I mean, I don't think we're going to get into the Microsoft character this pass. We could, but the fact that we have two already, and we have like Ori and the Will of the Wisps coming on the Switch and whatever else, their relationship, their working relationship is crazy.
Yeah.
And and what a good thing ultimately in the end. And now that Steve and Banjo are in, I'm like, shit, not just Master Chief, but it's like, where's the Sony character? Let's just bring them all in.
Yeah. I mean, you
Bring 'em
could
in.
argue that Snake is and Joker are kind of
Yeah,
Sony
wow.
characters, but Snake had origins on Nintendo, and also he's very clearly Konami. Persona
Hmm.
Shin Megami Tensei, well, the Shin Megami Tensei franchise rather, has been very deeply entrenched in Nintendo, and it was Persona that's been on PlayStation, but they're also owned by Sega. Sony,
Hmm.
Sony doesn't really have a whole as many things that are like strictly under them, but
Hmm.
generally people are just like, oh, Kratos, Jack and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot. Any of those would be kind of
Snake.
seen as a Sony character.
Yeah, yeah. Like they can have Laura Croft come in, or Crash and Spyro, and that would be all fun and dandy too. But they're known, they're ubiquitous for Sony appearances, but they're not Sony characters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, going that extra mile. Uh, it's not going to happen with this pass, I would wager, but it could happen one day.
Yeah.
The floodgates have been open. We are just sitting at the hinges. Like if Chief happens, for instance, we've now that would virtually eliminate the idea of a character having to have appeared on a Nintendo console.
Yeah.
Period. Like Joker got in by the skin of his teeth through like Persona Q2, for instance, or Cloud and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. But they're both derivative of their main games, which have not appeared on Nintendo consoles. So that rule
At
is
that
very
time,
very
we do have
broken.
Final Fantasy VII on Switch now,
That's true. That's true. So it
and we're
opens the
getting
flood
Persona 5 Scramble eventually
one of these
for the
days.
Americas. Yeah, I think it's that they found evidence that it's going to come to America, but it just hasn't yet.
Hmm. Hmm. It's like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Before we close things out, though, I think it would be fun if we very quickly threw out some predictions on who we think the remaining characters could be in this pass.
Yeah. Yes.
We already did that whole episode on Fighters Pass 2 and our in-depth predictions, but this is going to be just a real quick. We've got Min Min, we've got Steve. Who are our remaining four?
Agreed. How do you want to do this? You want to alternate?
Um, yeah, sure, we
Or
can
you want?
alternate. Fuck it.
Okay. You start.
What'd you say?
Oh, you start.
Oh, I'm gonna say Crash Bandicoot. It just seems Activision leak aside, it seems like Crash has a very strong chance to me.
Yeah, I think that Western characters have certainly extended their appeal to the Smash audience with the DLC,
Mm,
with Banjo and Terry, even though Terry's a Japanese character, very popular in South America. And now Steve, I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least one other character that's very popular out in the West compared to the East.
yeah.
And I'll
Plus,
bank
he'd
on
be a
that being
lot.
Crash.
Plus, he'd be a lot simpler to develop and put into Smash than Steve or Min Min or Joker. Be a lot
Hmm.
easier to build, assuming
Hmm.
they don't build in the masks mechanic from Crash 4, which, well, I think they're fine in Crash 4. I really hope they are not in Smash. Keep Crash simple, please.
Then we end up getting Dingo Dial instead.
Okay, but Dingo Dial in Crash 4 is fucking amazing. Come on. Oh my
I
god,
know.
what they did with him in that game, I fucking love it. I really wish Tiny Tiger had been in the game because he's my favorite, and I would love to see what they could have done to him, but oh, they did something great with Dingo Dial.
They did.
Yes.
They did. But yeah, I concur with the Crash thing. I think if we get another character that's another Western character, it's going to be Crash.
Yeah, it just feels right.
Like
Even though I
Spyro
prefer
could have
Spyro,
been,
but
yeah,
Crash
Spyro could have been
is
it.
he's admittedly the more popular character. He's getting more attention from Sony and Activision, and
Mhm.
Spyro did not do well in Japan with his original games. He just didn't.
Yeah, if Spyro were leading the charge on the reboots instead of Crash for Activision, we could be talking Spyro more seriously.
True.
But Crash, yeah, he's ubiquitous at the 3D platformer genre, just more so than Spyro 2.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense from the legacy standpoint. Kind of like part of the reason why Steve's. So yeah, I mean, I wish we can get Crash and Spyro. I'm not banking on it. I would say Crash. So I'm with you there. How about your next one?
Oh, I thought you were gonna do your. Oh, I guess because
Oh
you
yeah,
agree with
yeah,
Crash, so.
yeah.
My next one is gonna be Ryu Hayabusa. He's not. I don't really. I'm not big on Ninja Gaiden or Dead or Alive much, but he's one of the last big holdovers from the NES era. His name was out there a lot during Fighter Pass 1. And the fact that Steve took 5 years from the negotiations really opens the doors back up for him. And it would not surprise me if we got him. He's not a character I would have much personal fanfare for, but
Hmm.
I'm down for it.
I I was laughing because I once again concur with you. So there's
I
that.
think
I
a
think
lot
it's
of the
gonna
Smash
diverge, but
speculation community is pretty much set on Crash and Hayabusa, more so Crash and
mhm.
Hayabusa. But there's a lot of people are just assuming those characters. Then
Yeah, well,
maybe that could
it's
be faulty. I mean, that probably is
yeah,
faulty, but
yeah.
they're
They're,
heavily
they're
discussed
they're
right
too
now.
safe. They're safe bets, honestly, because they're deep seated in speculation that has proven to be partially legitimate. Like the
Yeah,
Crash had that official leaked document from Activision saying that, hey, we want a plan for Crash to be in Smash. So that just means that it was on the table. Activision wanted to talk with Nintendo about it. We don't know anything beyond that,
yep.
but that it was there and Crash is popular again just makes it feel like it's at least a solid possibility. Ryu Hayabusa, again, Bergman said so, and he's still to this day the most legitimate and trustworthy source, I think, for leaks.
Mm.
So he was redeemed with Minecraft finally in the game, and so there's again no reason to doubt him, even though some dissent I don't. And beyond that, I think Hayabusa is just one of those characters who they have like Simon or Mega Man. He has a very strong early legacy with Nintendo, uh, which affirms the character. So it's one of those last few characters from who feel like that are third party. So in that aspect, who would be like a who feel anointed in a sense, I suppose. So I would be very happy with that, and I think it's a good possibility. But yeah, okay. I guess two more, right? Two
Two
more
more.
per person.
Two more.
Okay. What's your next one?
So next one, I'm thinking, okay, Capcom character because of missing costumes, and Capcom hasn't had well, not counting Ken, hasn't had a third character yet. Which, if Capcom has like so many franchises that could feasibly get a character between Ace Attorney, Devil May Cry, Okami, Darkstalkers, a different version of Mega Man. There's so much out there. Ghosts and Goblins. They have so many different possibilities. I'm gonna go with. I was actually kind of debating between two of them as we were going up with things. I'm gonna go with Phoenix Wright. I was considering Dante, but Phoenix Wright is gonna be my Capcom guess. So something that's just not. I'm going with a character that's just not another one that's gonna be wielding swords around. It's gonna be using a whole bunch of different attacks. Phoenix is gonna be more your wacky character. He may not be as popular as some of the others, but he's had a close connection with Nintendo from always and ever. Has had his games be re-released multiple times. He's popular. People have been asked about him. People were really wanting him to be in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, and we finally got him in Ultimate versions of 3. It just feels like he'd be a really nice one to have as well, because Smash, you don't have to have just serious fighters. I mean, fuck, we got Jigglypuff. Phoenix Wright is fine. People can say like, oh, well, how would he fight? How does Wii Fit Trainer fight?
How does Steve fight?
There's a lot of characters in Smash which is just like, these are not characters that you would think would go into a fighting game. If they can be in, so can Phoenix Wright.
That's a large part of the charm of Smash too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So no, I wouldn't be remiss. And, I think that's a very strong choice, and only for the sake of saying something different from you for once at this point.
Were you also thinking Phoenix?
I originally predicted Phoenix when we were talking about this a while ago, yeah. But I'm going to officially veer for something else just to be different. So I will say curveball. How about Reimu Hakuto?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, giving another indie spotlight. Did you know that Toho was going on?
You did not predict Phoenix Wright in the Fighter Pass episode. I did, bitch. I just pulled up the documents.
Episode. After Steve's reveal, we're talking.
Oh, after Steve's reveal, you were talking about Phoenix. Okay,
yeah.
Well, not with me, you weren't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, I was.
When?
Hold on. Let's see here.
Because I was just thinking to myself, like, when you said you had predicted Phoenix, I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember making spirit battles for Phoenix and all. I'm pretty sure I did it. And I did.
I think it was on Facebook Messenger.
Oh god, that's a cesspool.
Let's see.
Oh, I also had predicted the Vault Tech uniform, except for Vault Boy.
Nice.
As an out costume, so that's cool.
But yeah. But no, Reimu, I mean, Toho's been going on for a very long time in a number of forms and has risen greatly in popularity more recently. It would represent a different side of a different genre than we're used to with the whole bullet hell thing. And so it's
the design.
It's very appealing to me. Yeah, it's a great design. Just insane, like a ridiculous community surrounding it. Kind of akin to maybe Undertale. So maybe we'll get a Reimu me costume at the end of the day, or nothing. But just for the sake of a curveball, I'm gonna toss that in there. And if I somehow get it right, I guess I'll get 10 cool points. Yeah.
I actually really want there to be a Reimu me costume. I think it'd work great.
I agree.
Like she's one that I think she's like I've said before that just about any character out there can work in Smash. There might be some difficulties. You might have to remove the horse that they ride around on, or the Pegasus that they fly upon. But just about any character can. What?
Playable opponent.
No.
Okay,
just about any character can work, and I do think Reimu is one that's on the harder end of the scale. She'd be more difficult to use in my opinion. Granted, I don't know much about Toho or the characters. I know very minimal amounts. I think from what I know, she'd be a harder one to do. That's she's certainly possible. And and if she's not a character, I think she'd be great to have a Mii costume for.
I agree, and it's a kind of like in Tracer's Boat kind of. similarity of words, a little difficult to translate, but still wholly possible and it's very popular
Yeah.
in modern character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost said Tracer, but then I don't know. My heart
Eh.
said Rainbow. I was like, okay.
Tracer would be an interesting one. I know there was talk about Tracer whenever we got Overwatch accessories for the Switch, which was a surprise. It is still a surprise that that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But people were talking like, "Oh my God, Tracer might be in Smash." And it's like, sure, she might be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think she'd be hard to do. I made up moveset for her, and I struggled. I struggled like making part of it work. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'd be okay with her.
It's
My
good.
last one though, I'm not going to say Gino because as
You've
much
been
as I
hurt too
want
many
it,
times.
yeah, it's like you keep wishing something would happen. And you keep getting hope. It's like maybe it's gonna be this time. Maybe it's gonna be this time, and it never is. And at a certain point, you just start getting sad. And I don't want to say Gino and then be sad. So instead, I'm going to say a different Square Enix character because that's when we'll get the Gino me costume is when we get the next Square Enix character. And I'm going to say 2B from Nier Automata. I played the game recently. I came up with ideas for how she could work. I actually have plans to just make a moveset for her and throw it on the wiki at some point, but it's going to be a big one. I have to write down and put together. Whew,
Yeah,
not
by the time this
honestly
is
looking
out,
forward
check
to
out
it.
Zantok Plays on shayfrom.com and you can see some of Lister's initial ideas.
That's right. I wrote a review for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, review for the game. I mean,
Yeah.
um, but I was thinking like what other Square Enix characters could we get? And after a Final Fantasy rep and a Dragon Quest rep, everything else is kind of on a similar playing field. It was always going to be those two first, always, no matter what. But after that, you have Chrono, you have Laura Croft, you have 2B, you have Gino, you have Sora, which it sounds like I know there actually there I don't know if it could be fake, but there was reportedly a leak came out saying that they wanted Sora, that Nintendo wanted to get Sora, but it was Disney that said no, or that they had some huge price tag, and Nintendo was just like, no, we can't pay
Mm-hmm.
that. We're not going to pay that.
That's how we're getting
Fuck
Mickey in
you.
Smash instead.
God, no. But I'm going with 2B because I think Nier something. First of all, the creator of Nier loves doing other merchandise for the game. There's a lot of books out for
Mm-hmm.
Nier. Uh, as far as like other properties that Square might want to push, I could see maybe Actually, I don't really see Chrono out of it. I could see maybe Lara Croft for the big Tomb Raider angle. But Nier is like there's still popular, there's still games happening there. There's a remake coming out of the I can't remember what it's called, but like the first Nier is getting a remake. It's apparently a spinoff of Drakengard or something. Something like it's like I think I saw something that that Nier is actually a spinoff of the Bad End from Drakengard, which is an incredibly
Wow.
interesting idea. That's really
Yeah.
cool. But like they just had this big recently there was like a big Nier event where they were
Yeah.
revealing new information. It's like, okay, this is possible. I could see it happen. And people are just like, oh, well, she's too. Her design is a little too lewd. They didn't put Mai in the game or as a cameo on the King of Fighters stage. Okay, okay. Bayonetta, though. She's on the same level as Bayonetta. She is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Mm-hmm.
same. I see no difference in terms of their designs and how the rating would affect Smash.
Yeah.
And Sakurai can always censor it. I think he'd be more willing to censor a character that's going to be playable than just have a cameo element, who
Yeah.
sees shows like her entire side.
Mm-hmm. I concur entirely. But of course, I have one final say, and I'll just say it. You don't have the hope. I'll have the hope for both of us. I'll pull through. Gino is my final choice. Locking it in.
Love it.
And yeah, we got K. Rool, we got Ridley, and both of those characters are characters that the fan base wanted for so long. but we were starting to feel dire about their chances too, just because so much time had come along.
Yep.
Then we got Banjo. To a lesser extent, we got Simon. All characters the fan bases wanted for ages, finally culminating in
Ridley.
And yeah, yeah, huge. And I would literally, and I would say you cannot make Super Smash Bros. Ultimate truly ultimate without finishing everything off with the last of the big three, with Geno.
I would love it. My faith has dwindled severely,
Mm-hmm.
but I would
Mm-hmm.
love it. I
And
I
yeah,
would accept any other plausible characters. Don't you fucking come out with them. No, goddamn nonsense. I would accept any other plausible characters if we got
mm-hmm.
Gino. Like I would like, sure, you want to put in. I can't even think of one. You want to put in some fucking thing that I hate, but it's actual video game character, then it's plausible.
Yeah,
Fuck
like if
it,
they
I
actually
have
had
Gino.
fans playable, and you hate Undertale or whatever.
I mean, we
Or
already have Sans of Mika, so I don't think we're getting Undertale.
yeah, no, I don't think.
That's dead.
Yeah,
That is way fucking dead.
no, I get the point though. It's like every other character. Every other character can have a byleth kind of reception. You wouldn't care.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
go
Same,
ahead,
same here.
give me Gino, and you can shill all the other picks you want. I don't go a fuck. I have my guy. I'm
They're gonna
happy.
be like, "Hey, baby Eric is officially playable in Smash."
Also, I said plausible.
Oh, Satoru Iwata,
Plausible.
the Lord of the Mountain.
Ho-Ohs and Smash. What?
Alongside Gino, we have Tonberry for real.
The final,
Oh, this is it.
the final four characters are Ho-Oh, Gino, Tonberry, and QB from Box Boy. There it is. That's your fighter pass, everyone. I hope you enjoy it.
I would have rather had a downsized Doshin the Giant in there somewhere, but I mean, you know, what can you do?
Hey, you had your chance to make predictions, and you did not say Doshin. All right. Well,
Oh, man.
I think,
Bronco Burt.
Jono, that is the end of our time here discussing Steve and a variety of other things. Next time around, we've got another Smashtopia episode for you. This one, well, when we get to this point, I'm always conflicted. Like, do I want to tease it, or do I just want to flat out say it? So sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I want to tease the character. Sometimes I want to just be like, this is who it is. And this time, I think I'm just going to tease this character. The character we're doing our Smashtopia on next time is one of the winning characters from Smasher Dash in year 1.
I was gonna
Stay
say, yeah, it's a
tuned.
real winner.
Should be good. I have my moves for them all done, sorted out. Jono, I don't know about you. I don't think you have.
Well, let me see here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at this.
Yeah, that's about what I thought. You better get to work. You got 2 weeks, dude. Have
That's fine. That's fine. I'll hustle with it like I do everything else the very last
Yeah,
week.
you'll get it done like the day of.
Seriously. Remember when we recorded Waluigi for the first time?
And you had nothing? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
We didn't save that take.
Jesus Christ. Well, everybody,
Nice year-end bonus.
been an episode. Next time around is Smashtopia. Making another character. Our first character of year 2, because the first Smashtopia was the Stages Showcase. So it's actually been a while since we did the last one.
Yeah.
Should
It'll be
be
a good time.
fun. See you all then, I guess.